Greetings, my friends. Today, let us explore a profound truth that echoes through every corner of human achievement. Teamwork makes the dream work. The magic of collaboration is not just a poetic idea, it is the foundation upon which civilizations have been built, where impossible dreams have been made possible. Each one of us carries a spark, an individual brilliance. But just like a single drop of water cannot quench thirst or a single thread cannot weave a tapestry, one person alone cannot accomplish what a united group can. When we come together with shared purpose and unshakable trust, we unlock a power far greater than ourselves. You see, life itself is a grand collaboration. The air you breathe, the food you eat, and even the energy that fuels your body, none of it is yours alone. Life functions because countless elements are working together in perfect harmony. If nature teaches us anything, it is that synergy leads to abundance. Similarly, when human beings align their strengths, the result is nothing short of magic. When we look at the world around us, we see that everything is interconnected. Every small act, every moment, and every breath is a result of an intricate web unity. The power of unity is not a mere theoretical concept, but an undeniable force that shapes life itself. The vastness of the universe, the complexity of life, and the beauty of nature all point to one singular truth: nothing stands alone. Everything that exists is a part of a larger whole. In our individual lives, we often think of ourselves as separate, but this idea of separation is an illusion. Each one of us is a thread in a vast tapestry, and the strength of this fabric comes not from the individual threads, but from the way they interweave, support, and complement one another. Imagine a tree standing alone. Its roots reach deep into the earth, and its branches stretch toward the sky. But the tree alone cannot produce the fruit or create the shade that nourishes life around it. It needs the rain, the sunlight, the soil, and the birds, animals, and wind to complete its purpose. Similarly, in life, we are not here just to fulfill our own aspirations, but to contribute to the greater harmony of the whole. Unity does not mean uniformity, it means bringing together different strengths and perspectives to create something greater than what could be achieved alone. Every person carries within them unique gifts, experiences, and abilities, and when these are brought together in a shared mission, the power of unity becomes unstoppable. Look closely at any successful endeavor, whether in nature or in human achievement. It is never a single element that causes success, but a combination of forces working together in alignment. A single drop of water cannot carve a canyon, but over time, millions of drops, together with the pull of gravity and the persistence of nature, create wonders that stand the test of time. True unity is not about merging identities or losing individuality. It is about understanding that your purpose and mine are part of a larger design. It is about recognizing that each one of us plays an essential role in the unfolding of life. We must stop looking at the world through the lens of separation and start seeing that everything in its own unique way is working together to create something far more profound than we can imagine. In this understanding, we begin to see that the power of unity is not just about achieving goals, it is the very essence of life. When we come together with respect, love, and a common purpose, we become part of a force that can move mountains and shape destinies. This is the true power of unity. It allows us to transcend our individual limitations and become part of something far more significant and enduring. When we talk about a shared purpose, we are not merely referring to a goal or an objective. A shared purpose is the essence that binds people together, a deep alignment of values, intent, and vision. It's not something external that we merely follow, but an internal calling that unites us in a way that is far beyond the ordinary. When a group of individuals connects through a shared purpose, it is as if they tap into a force greater than the sum of their parts. Think about a river. A river is made of countless droplets of water, each small and insignificant on its own. But when they flow together, they become a mighty force carving through landscapes and shaping the earth. A shared purpose is like the flow of that river, guiding every action, every decision, every step with a common direction. Without it, individual efforts are scattered like drops of water in a desert, struggling to find their way. But when the purpose is clear and shared, there is no hesitation, no confusion. Every person knows their role and how their actions contribute to the larger flow. A shared purpose is not something that can be imposed from the outside. It must be felt deeply within. It comes from an understanding that your efforts matter not just for your own success, but for the success of the collective. When each person in a team feels the weight and the significance of the purpose they are working toward, their commitment grows. There is no room for ego, only a focus on the greater good. This shared purpose becomes a guiding light, illuminating the path and helping individuals move through challenges with clarity and strength. When the purpose is shared, there is an unspoken connection that transcends words. Each person becomes more than just a member of a team, they become vital, a part of something larger, something gives their actions meaning beyond the immediate task. When faced with obstacles, the shared purpose keeps them steady. When fatigue sets in, it pushes them forward. The power of this shared commitment is what drives groups to extraordinary feats, what allows them to accomplish things that nature is the greatest teacher, offering us lessons that transcend time, culture, and language. It operates in perfect harmony, a delicate balance of forces that work together without hesitation, without effort. The wisdom of nature is profound, and it speaks to us if we are willing to listen. Every element, from the smallest grain of sand to the vastest ocean, is part of a grand design, each fulfilling its role to maintain balance. In nature, there are no accidents, everything happens for a reason, and it happens in accordance with universal laws that we, as humans, can learn from if we are open. First, nature teaches us about interconnection. Every living being, from the tiniest insect to the mightiest tree, is connected in a web of life. The health of one affects the health of all. The flower needs the bee needs the flower, and together they ensure the survival of each other. This interdependence is a powerful lesson for us as humans. We may think we are independent, self-sufficient, and separate from one another, but in truth we are part of a vast and intricate web of life. Our actions, whether kind or harmful, ripple out and affect those around us. Nature shows us that collaboration, not competition, is the key to survival. Next, nature teaches us the importance of adaptability. Look at the way species evolve over time to thrive in different environments. The chameleon changes color to blend in with its surroundings. The cactus stores water in its thick, fleshy tissues to survive in the desert. These are not isolated examples. Every species adapts to its environment in order to survive and grow. Similarly, we as humans must learn to adapt to the changing conditions of our lives. Life does not wait for us to be ready. It continuously shifts, and our ability to adapt is what determines our success. When we resist change, we suffer. When we embrace it, we grow. Then nature offers a powerful lesson in patience. The mighty oak does not grow overnight. It takes years, even decades, for it to reach its full potential. The river does not carve through rock with force, but with persistence. It flows day by day, year by year, slowly wearing away even the hardest stone. In a world that demands instant results, nature reminds us that the best things take time. Growth, success, and true transformation require patience and a willingness to trust in the process. The seasons turn, the tides shift, and the earth moves at its own pace, reminding us that we too must find our own rhythm in life. Nature also teaches us the value of balance. In the natural world, everything has its place. There is a balance between the predator and the prey, between the rain and the sun. Without this balance, life would collapse. In our own lives, balance is key. We cannot be all work and no rest, all ambition and no humility. We must learn to balance our efforts with relaxation, our giving with receiving, our thinking with feeling. When we live out of balance, we invite chaos. When we live in harmony with ourselves and the world around us, we create peace and alignment. Another lesson from nature is the power of resilience. The forest does not mourn the loss of a fallen tree, it grows anew. The storm may shake the earth, but it does not destroy it. Even in the harshest conditions, nature finds a way to regenerate, to heal, to rise again. We too must learn resilience in the face of adversity. Life will challenge us, it will break us down, but like nature, we have the ability to heal and rebuild, to rise stronger than before. Resilience is not about avoiding difficulties, but about learning to thrive in the face of them. Finally, nature teaches us simplicity. The most profound truths are often the simplest. A flower does not need to be perfect to be beautiful. A river does not need to be deep to be powerful. Nature's simplicity shows us that we do not need to complicate our lives with unnecessary desires and distractions. True fulfillment comes from appreciating the present moment, from finding beauty in the ordinary, and from aligning with the natural flow of life. When we let go of excess and return to simplicity, we discover the richness of life. Nature's lessons are eternal, and they are always available to us. By observing the world around us, by listening, observing, and learning, we can gain wisdom that will guide us through every challenge and triumph. Nature does not rush, it does not force, yet it accomplishes all things. If we learn to flow with the natural rhythm of life rather than fighting against it, we too can live with greater ease, joy, and fulfillment. Listening and respect are two of the most profound practices we can cultivate in our lives. In their simplest form, they are the foundation of understanding, connection, and harmony. Yet, in today's fast-paced world where attention is often fractured, these qualities are too often overlooked. Yet, when practiced deeply, listening and respect have the power to transform relationships, communities, and even the world around us. Listening, at its core, is not just about hearing words. It is about being fully present, opening ourselves to understand another person's experience without judgment, without interruption. True listening requires a willingness to put aside our own thoughts, needs, and desires to fully immerse ourselves in another's point of view. In this state, we go beyond the surface level exchange of information. We listen to the underlying emotions, the unspoken words, and the deeper meanings that are often hidden. It is only when we listen in this way that we truly begin to understand another person, not just their words, but their feelings, their struggles, and their dreams. In nature, everything listens in its own way. The tree listens to the wind as it rustles through its leaves. The river listens to the land as it carves its path. The animals listen to the rhythms of the earth, responding to the call of the seasons. Listening is a fundamental part of the natural order. If the wind did not listen to the trees, it would not know how to shape its course. If the river did not listen to the land, it would not know how to flow. And just as nature listens to itself, we too must learn to listen to one another, to the world around us, and to ourselves. Respect, closely intertwined with listening, is the recognition of the inherent value in every person, every situation, and every moment. It is the acknowledgement that each being, each experience holds something valuable to offer. Respect is not something that is earned, it is a way of being, a practice of recognizing the dignity and worth of others. It is not contingent on agreement or similarity. Respect is not about admiring someone's ideas or ways, it is about honoring their right to speak and their right to be heard. When we truly respect others, we listen with the understanding that every individual has their own unique experiences and perspectives. Respect allows us to engage with others in a way that is both open and kind. It allows us to offer our thoughts while equally embracing the thoughts of others. It teaches that there is no hierarchy of value between one person's voice and another's. Respect reminds us that we are all connected in this vast, intricate web of life, and every voice, no matter how small, is significant. In many ways, listening is a form of respect. When we listen deeply to someone, we are telling them, without words, that their thoughts and feelings matter. We are showing them that they deserve our full attention, that they are worthy of our time. In the same way, when we listen with respect, we allow others to feel heard, understood, and valued. Listening, in this sense, becomes a gift, a way of giving someone the space to be who they are without judgment, without interruption, without expectation. When we combine listening with respect, we create an environment of trust, openness, and mutual understanding. In relationships, whether personal or professional, this combination fosters collaboration, peace, and growth. We learn from each other, not by imposing our ideas or beliefs on one another, but by truly engaging with each other, by listening with empathy, and by respecting the diverse perspectives that each individual brings to the table. When we listen, we learn. When we respect, we grow. Together, listening and respect are the building blocks of healthy relationships, strong communities, and a peaceful world. They allow us to move beyond division and towards unity, to move beyond conflict and towards resolution. In a world where so many are shouting to be heard, it is in the quiet act of listening and the simple act of respect that we find the true power of connection. It is in these acts that we discover the profound depth of human potential, of mutual support, and of collective wisdom. Collective resilience is the strength that emerges when individuals come together in the face of adversity. It is the power of unity, of shared strength, of mutual support that allows a community, a team, or a society to weather storms, overcome challenges, and rise above the most difficult of circumstances. It is the recognition that no single individual is an island. Rather, we are all part of an intricate network where each thread of connection strengthens the whole. In nature, we see countless examples of collective resilience. Take a forest, for example. The individual trees stand tall, but it is the collective network of trees, plants, and microorganisms that creates a thriving ecosystem. When a storm comes, individual trees may lose branches or suffer damage, but the forest as a whole endures. Each tree, each plant, each organism is connected by underground networks, and when one part of the system is weakened, others step in to help, ensuring that the system as a whole remains strong and balanced. The collective resilience of the forest is not about any one tree surviving on its own. It is about how each element of the ecosystem contributes to the overall health of the whole. Human communities are no different. In times of difficulty, individual strength is important, but it is the collective effort that leads to recovery and growth. When a community faces crisis, whether it's a natural disaster, economic hardship, or social upheaval, it is the bonds between people that provide the greatest source of strength. The resilience of a community does not come from the resilience of any one person, but from the shared commitment to help, support, and uplift each other. Collective resilience is built on trust. When individuals trust that others will support them in times of need, they are able to face challenges with greater courage and confidence. Trust is the foundation of any collective effort. It is what allows people to work together, to share resources, to contribute their strengths for the benefit of the whole. In times of crisis, when the going gets tough, it is trust in one another that sustains the group. When people trust each other, they are more willing to work together, to sacrifice personal interests for the greater good, and to lean on each other when the burden becomes too great to bear alone. However, collective resilience is not just about surviving adversity, it's about growing stronger because of it. Just as the forest grows taller and more robust after a storm, a resilient community emerges from difficulty with greater strength, more compassion, and a deeper sense of unity. It is in the struggle that the community learns to work together in new ways, to adapt, to find innovative solutions, and to support each other more fully. The challenges faced by the group do not break it. Instead, they forge it, creating a sense of shared purpose and solidarity that is difficult to replicate in times of ease. In times of collective adversity, there is also an opportunity to cultivate empathy and understanding. When people are struggling, they come to understand the pain of others in a deeper way. This shared experience creates bonds that are stronger than those formed in times of comfort. Collective resilience fosters not only physical strength but emotional strength, creating communities that are not only capable of overcoming external challenges but are also rich in compassion and mutual support. The ability to empathize with others, to recognize their struggles as our own, is at the heart of collective resilience. Another key element of collective resilience is the willingness to adapt and evolve. Resilience is not about rigidly holding on to the past. It is about the ability to bend and flex with changing circumstances. When a community is resilient, it is willing to adjust to new realities, to learn from mistakes, and to find creative ways to move forward. Adaptability is a vital aspect of resilience, allowing individuals and groups to respond with innovation, to reinvent themselves, and to grow in the face of adversity. Collective resilience also teaches us the importance of shared responsibility. It reminds us that resilience is not solely the responsibility of one person or group, but a shared commitment. Just as the trees in a forest share resources through their roots, individuals in a community must share their time, skills, and energy. The collective effort to care for one another ensures that no one is left behind, that no one carries the burden alone. In this way, resilience becomes a communal responsibility, where everyone plays a role in the collective strength. Ultimately, collective resilience is about the power of unity. It is the recognition that together we are greater than the sum of our parts. When we stand together, when we support one another, when we share our strengths and resources, we are capable of overcoming the greatest of challenges. It is in these moments of unity that we find not only survival but transformation. We grow stronger, wiser, and more compassionate, creating a future that is more just, more equitable, and more interconnected. Collective resilience is a force that transcends the individual. It is a reminder that when we come together, we can achieve the impossible, face the unthinkable, and create something far greater than we could ever do on our own. When we recognize that we are all part of a larger whole, our strength is multiplied, our courage is magnified, and our capacity to endure is boundless. Together we can not only survive, we can thrive. The ripple effect is a powerful concept that illustrates how small actions, words, and decisions can create waves of influence far beyond their immediate context. Like a pebble thrown into a calm pond, the ripples spread outward, touching everything in their path, gradually expanding into something much larger than the original act. This phenomenon is not limited to negative impacts, it works equally well in creating positive change. Every action, no matter how small, has the potential to affect the world in ways we may not even see or understand. In nature, the ripple effect is ever present. A single drop of water falling on the surface of a pond disturbs the stillness, sending out concentric waves that reach the edges of the water. But the ripples don't stop at the water's edge, they continue to interact with one another, merging, diverging, and creating new patterns. Likewise, every action we take sends out ripples into the world, creating effects that reach far beyond our original intent. Consider a simple act of kindness. A person smiles at a stranger, holding the door open or offering a word of encouragement. This small gesture can brighten someone's day, boosting their mood and affecting their interactions with others. Perhaps a stranger goes on to help someone else or offers their own smile to someone in need. One simple action has the potential to create an entire chain of positive reactions that extend through multiple people and situations. You may never know the full extent of the effect, but that moment of kindness has contributed to a greater atmosphere of goodwill in the world. Similarly, every word we speak, every decision we make, and every action we take sends out ripples. In our professional lives, a single well thought out decision can influence an entire team, reshaping the way they work together and how they approach challenges. A leader's words of encouragement can inspire their team to go beyond their limits, creating a shift in mindset and boosting collective performance. On a personal level, choosing to approach life with integrity and empathy encourages others to do the same, creating a culture of respect and mutual support. The ripple effect also reminds us of the interconnectedness of all things. Just as the ripples on a pond do not discriminate, neither do our actions. They touch the lives of people we may never meet in places we may never visit. In a globalized world, our decisions and behaviors, whether it's a choice we make in our business, a consumer product we purchase, or even the energy we bring into a room, have far-reaching consequences. This interconnectedness emphasizes the responsibility we have to be mindful of our actions, knowing that they extend far beyond ourselves. However, the ripple effect is not always positive. A harsh word, a thoughtless act, or a decision made in haste can send out negative ripples that can affect others in ways they may never fully realize. Just as a single act of kindness can transform someone's day, a single act of cruelty can do the same. In these moments, the effect ripples outward, creating more negativity, more division, more conflict. The impact of negativity can be just as far-reaching as positivity, which is why we must be conscious of the energy we put into the world. But the beauty of the ripple effect is that we can choose what kind of ripples we create. Even in the